I think you're muted, sorry.
I've been muted all this time.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so I was talking about swag. We are going to give away swag. I was saying that everyone can go to our Eventbrite page and select a station where they can actually pick up the swag. But yeah, so it's good to see. Good that you're here.
Thank you.
Do you want to just get started with your talk?
Sure.
And everyone watching is welcome to join us at the Discord channel and post your questions there. We'll be answering them. So please, Philipp, the stage is yours.
Thanks a lot. Hi, I'm Philipp. Those who don't know me, I'm based in Vienna, Austria. So virtual events can be fun because I can just do a talk in Tel Aviv today. So I want to show you or discuss, let's say it's a discussion point about what is great about monolithic applications. And I know we have all been discussing how bad monolithic applications are and that you want to do microservices. But there are also upsides to not breaking up things into very small pieces. So the monolithic application that I want to talk about is Elasticsearch. Maybe you're already using it good. If not, maybe we have a use case for us. Let us know. So the first question that people might say, like, well, is Elasticsearch even something that is not a microservice? Or is it like really a proper monolith? And looking at the lines of code and how much is there, I would say it's definitely not in a microservice area of how much code there is. So we are close to 2 million lines of Java code by now, plus lots of other stuff in that repository. So let's assume this is definitely not a microservice. What is great about this? It's one single repository. Granted, it will take a little while to clone it, but once you have cloned it, you're pretty much done. You don't need any extra tooling to sync multiple repositories. You have atomic commits, so if you change anything, it's all there in one place. It's just one pull request away. You don't need to have anything in sync between different repositories and branches. Just go ahead, like Git is easy to use with a single repository. There's only one single version. You don't need to kind of like take care of like, how do I mix and match like these 20 services that they form one unique combination that actually makes sense together. There is just one version you can actually play along with. There is one single build, like to build the entire thing. Well, you change into the directory, and then since this is using Gradle, you just run Gradle assemble, and this is it. Again, it will take a little while until that one is done, but it's still from an operational perspective here, it's very easy to just build the entire binary in one single go. There's also one single endpoint that you can use to talk to. So it's not complicated to figure out where is what running and how do I talk to it. Well, there's one thing and you can talk to that because, well, it's just one monolith. It's also only one single process, so it is easy to monitor that process. If you want to debug it, you can just attach your debugger to that one single process, and you don't have to worry about like, oh, what are all these services that are running? Which ones do I need to instrument or debug right now? There's just one process that you can talk to, and well, it does scale. So you can just multiply that single monolith and run that multiple times, and that just works. And you will need at least 3. So for example, 2 would be very bad because it needs this majority quorum, but it does just scale, and you can just multiply the monolith n times to have n times the capacity. Even with different profiles, so you could say, this node is something that is more optimized for having lots of data stored in it, and this one is doing for this other node is doing something very quickly. So I want to have less storage, but give it more CPU memory and faster disks, for example. So you can just run it with different profiles. It's still the same binary and thing, even though you don't need to differentiate between that. You don't have any external dependencies, like you want to run ZOOKEEPER on the side. Probably you don't really want to do that. Maybe you're used to doing that, but it's not necessary. The monolith just has everything that you need. Though there are, of course, some downsides, which nobody wants to hide. It's an all or nothing upgrade. So you cannot just say like, oh, I'll just have these few versions or canaries that are being updated to the next version, and then the rest will run in an old version. That's not really that simple, or the approach that you want to use for this one here. You can also not say like, oh, there is this feature subset, like this little thing here is nice. I'll just take that service and reuse it somewhere else. While you can take the code and try to reuse it, it's not just a little service that you can take and move elsewhere or break out of the monolith easily. There's also no simple mode where you say, oh, just to get started, I'll leave out half of the services and I just still have something that is working. It's pretty much the monolith or not the monolith. Like, it's not easy to break that out and run it multiple ways. Though there is like a development and production mode to make it easier to get started locally and then enforce more stricter rules and sets for a production setup. What is right and what is wrong? I'm not telling you that you must use a monolith today because, well, that would probably be very unpopular. It's just like there are nice attributes in a monolith, like having this big monolithic version of Elasticsearch running in one piece, doing everything. There might be, depending on the situation, some right or wrong, but there are definitely upsides to having this one piece of software running everything together. That's it. Welcome to my pep talk about, well, monoliths. We can discuss what you think about them. And it's fine to hate monoliths. You don't need to like them, but they do have their advantages, and I think they still have their place. Thanks a lot for joining, and I'll see you on Discuss.
Thank you, Philipp. Do you have anything else that you would like to add? Like, what's new with Elastic? Are you guys hiring? Anywhere else you would like to send our...
We are always hiring, like most other companies. So yeah, we have a couple of colleagues in Israel. So if you're keen on that, let us know. Though normally we are mostly interested in the product. So if you have any product specific questions or things, just let us know and come to us. So yeah, I don't like pitching so much. You have seen all the pitches, you know the stuff. Just come for the questions.
Amazing. Thank you very much.